a gust of wind comes at you, woo, the first thing went through my mind was, ooh, hold on, hell. Don't you blow back outside and I have to run back across this parking lot to get you. Don't you do it, Wig. So, again, this is your girl, Tanisha. So, I was sitting here waiting for my son to get out of class, out of school. It's, 3:05. He didn't get out till 3:20. So, I was like, let me do some videos. Plus, I got my new mount going on in the car. So, I was like, let me do some videos while I'm sitting here chilling and stuff. So, this is what I want to do a video on. I wanted to do a video on wigs versus weaves. The benefits, the pros, and the cons. Pros and the cons. Now, you got a wig. Y'all know what a wig is. A wig is what I have on right now that slides off really, really easily. Like I have it's not even any pins or clips in it. It's one of those things that tightens up in the back. So that's what's holding this wig on. But a sew-in, that's like where you braid and then you use thread to sew tracks into the braids. And then from there, you create a style. So in my mind, the benefits of a wig is you can change them very easily. Like you can change them in a matter of seconds. You can be a whole nother female in just a matter of minutes with a wig. Now with the wig also, if you get like some of the less expensive wigs, like the only thing I don't like about them is like typically there are synthetic hair. Like this is synthetic hair. Y'all look, I was late for work this morning, so I was like, let me throw this wig on my head. But anyway, hopefully it look okay on camera. Y'all be talking about my wig. But anyway, so with the wig, like I said, it's very versatile. You can change it up, whatever you want to be, color, all this other stuff. And then at nighttime, like, I don't know about y'all, but sometimes at nighttime, I just need my head to breathe. And I can just take it off and just put it on the dresser or put it somewhere to where I can just go back and get it later. So I really like that about a wig. Also, another thing I like about a wig, let's see, they're not as heavy as sew-ins. Especially if you get like a synthetic wig, they're not as heavy as sew-ins can be. And with the wig, you can just take it off, wash it, let it air dry, comb it out, throw it back on. Now, some of the cons about a wig, if you ever get into a tussle with anybody, you might as well go ahead and take your wig off first, because if you don't, they're gonna take your wig off for you. So yeah, it's not as secure as a sew-in. It is not even nearly as secure as a sew-in. So I don't like that about a wig. Like today when I went to Best Buy, I walked in the door and like, you know how you walk in some buildings or some stores and a gust of wind blow in, like you walking in, the doors open and a gust of wind comes at you. Woo! The first thing went through my mind was, ooh, hold on, hell. Don't you blow back outside and I have to run back across this parking lot to get you. Don't you do it, wig. So I didn't like that per se. It's not as secure. I don't really wear a lot of wigs, but I'm trying something new. Trying something different. So, that's why I bought this wig. And I like it. It's okay. It's cool. It's serving the purpose. It's definitely serving the purpose for what I needed to do today, which was I was running late. So I was like, well, let me get on up in here and get a wig or put on a wig and call it a day. So those are the benefits and the cons, the pros and the cons of a wig, in my opinion. Now with the sew-in, excuse me, the benefits of the sew-in are, one, it's secure. Ain't nobody ripping that out unless they just yank your head, and I mean to the highest of yanktivity. There's no way they're getting it off of your head. Before I have some water, they're not gonna get it off of your head. So a sew-in is very secure. A sew-in is very, very secure. To me, a sew-in, if you get good hair, it'll last longer. Because most of the time when you get a sew-in, you don't buy synthetic hair. Well, I don't. Some people do, but I don't per se. And I wouldn't recommend it. Like in styling other people's hair, I wouldn't recommend that you get a sew-in or synthetic hair for a sew-in. But if you do and that's how you rock, then go ahead. No shade. But I would suggest that you get human hair And obviously human hair is going to last longer. When I say last longer, I'm talking about like not the ends not get all raggedy. Like this is a newer wig, so the ends still look pretty decent, but like eventually with a synthetic wig or synthetic hair, the ends start looking real raggedy, real ratchet. Like sometimes all you got to do is look at the ends on somebody's hair and you can be like, yep, synthetic. But anyway, so the security, the fact that it lasts longer. Now with the sew-in also, some people like the fact that they can't take it off. Like to me, that's not a con, because when I go to bed, I like everything to come off. Hair, clothes, I like everything to come off. I just want to be free from all restraint when I'm in when I get ready to go to sleep. But some people like the fact that it cannot come off. You know, and that you can sleep in it and all that other good stuff. So to me, a con of a sew-in is when you get ready to wash your hair with a sew-in, this is about to be a process if you do it properly. Some people just wash the hair, blow dry the extensions, but leave the braids wet. To me, that's not what you're supposed to do. That's not a healthy way to treat your own hair. Because think of it like this. If you have a carpet that's consistently getting wet and you don't dry it out, what happens to that carpet? That carpet can mildew. It can start to stink. With relation to your hair, you can begin to get a fungus in your head. So yeah, that's if you're not taking care of your sew-in properly. And to be honest with you, most people that I've come across do not take care of their hair properly when they have a sew-in in. They'll wash their hair and then they won't sit up under the dryer. They'll just let it air dry or whatever. And so then when you get to me to take your hair down, your hair smell like garbage. And then it's like I gotta search through all of this and have all that on my hands. And then sometimes some people's hair stunk so bad to where I will do their hair, wash their hair, the real hair, braid it back up, sew it back in, send them on their way, wash my hands afterwards, but my hands still stink like what their hair smelled like before I took it down. That's, to me, that's not sanitary. That's not healthy. That's not what you should be doing. If you're gonna wear a sew-in, definitely once you wash it, sit up under the dryer. Like sit up under the dryer so your braids, your real hair, can get dry and you won't have to deal with all this other smelly stuff and funguses and all this other stuff. You definitely do not want to do that. So another benefit of the sew-in is, like, you know, nowadays they have it to where you can have different versions. Like you can have a basic sew-in with just leave out around the edges. You can also have the vixen. You can have the vixen where you leave out hair in different sections of your head, to where now you can wear like a part down the middle and it looks really, really real, a part across the top, and then a bun in the front, down in the back. It's like it's just real. It's real versatile, even though that's the name of a sew-in too, a versatile sew-in, which leaves all the hair out around the perimeter so you can pull it up in a ponytail and things of that nature. So in that instance, I like that. With a wig, you ain't pulling nothing up. You are not pulling anything up unless, of course, you know, you've sewn it down. Yeah, some people do sew down their wigs, but for the most part, especially if you got a full wig like this, like I got on a full wig, like there is no way under the God's green, or you know, on God's green earth, under his yellow sun, am I gonna be able to pull this wig up. Girl, I pull this wig up. Woo, it'll look like a situation. So no, definitely do not do that. So with the sew-in, also typically you can change up the hair, like coloring the hair, things of that nature. You can curl it, because again, it's typically human hair, whereas with synthetic hair, it ain't about to be too much curling going on. Like they tell you can curl some synthetic hair, but I do not curl synthetic hair because I do not want that melting on my flat iron or my curling iron. No thank you. No ma'am. No sir. And then coloring it, yeah, I wouldn't suggest coloring synthetic hair. You be created a chemical fire in your house, and they be like, what in the world is going on in there? You in there burning up plastic, because canacolon and whatever the other name of synthetic hair is, that's typically what it is. It's plastic for the most part. So as far as the sew-in, you know, those are really the benefits. To me, again, the cons are you can't take it off. and change it out. It's not as versatile. Once you get a sew-in, you have it for a few weeks or months. Some people do a month, 2 months. So you can't take it off. It's not really versatile in that sense, but you can style it in a versatile way depending upon how it was installed. So yeah, those are really the benefits, pros and cons of wigs and weaves in my opinion. What do you think? Like, I mean, share with me what you feel, what you think. Do you think wigs are better? Are you team wigs? Are you team weaves? Are you team weavix? You do weaves and wigs, you alternate? Well, I mean, what do you do? So, I just wanted to come by, drop this video real quick, ask a few questions about your hair and what you got going on, getting all in your business. So I think they let my son out right now. So I'm going to go ahead and start up the car and get ready to pull around. All right, so this has been your girl, Tanisha, giving you a big old hug from afar. Until next time.